So number one, like I said, is gratitude. Being grateful for
We
receiving
be
it.
grateful for our problems and our lessons and things like that.
You need to be grateful for the lessons, but you need to be grateful for what you have. I think what a lot of the world focuses on is what I don't have. And that's the problem, right? So people can sit here going, you know, I want money, I want fame, I want all this stuff, right? But if you're sitting here saying that, and then, you know, you have a roof over your head, you have food getting served to you, you have a bed to sleep in at night, some people don't get that. So it's being grateful for what you have is so important. And the universe listens, because if you're sitting here going, I want this and I want this and I want this, there's actually a really good quote. I mean, I'm sure you've probably read the book, you know, Think Rich, Grow Rich, right? Yeah. You know that line. I don't remember the word for word line, but remember he said the universe will never grant you unlimited abundance in exchange for nothing, because there's no such thing as taking without giving.
Yep.
It is the same concept, right? So you could sit here going, oh, you know, I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to do all this. And the universe is going to go, okay, Dylan, I'm hearing you. What are you doing about it? Like, what are you doing to actually, what are you exchanging, right? And it could be time, it could be work, it could be whatever it is you're doing. But if you're sitting here going, I just want this, it won't happen.
Well, like a really easy example, tangible evidence of people that can like understand it in the context of our world that we live in today. What people grow the fastest on social media? People that truly deliver value to other people.
Yeah.
And then they get the benefits in exchange for that. People that are just posting selfish content all about them, not giving any value, they don't go anywhere.
And that's what I mean. That's why with my content, right, I speak to everybody, and like I said, I'm not in a big studio.
Yeah.
I'm literally just in my car. Like literally, sometimes when I'm even thinking of what I'm going to film, I'll just drive and I'll get a thought and I'll literally pull over and just do it. And that is because, again, that's how you should be living life. When you're in tune, again, you shouldn't think about things that just happen.
What's your personal belief on like what is source? Like, because it can be God, it can be the universe, simulation. Like it's coming, right? Like these things and downloads are coming from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I like personally, I believe in God or the universe, right? It depends what it is that, you know, you believe in. But I believe there is an all high power, right? And that power is within all of us too.
Yeah.
And this is why when I talk about manifestations, you can become the person you say you want to become, because you have the power of the universe and God even within you. They teach you this, and, you know, churches, he's everywhere, but he's also in us, right?
Yeah.
That's literally was, you know, in my head from Sunday school when I was a kid. So you take that same concept and you apply it to your own life, right? If you're saying that I am this and I will be this, you use that power, and then it's very hard to explain. But once you go through that journey,
yes,
you're going to realize, and you're going to be like, why wasn't I doing this?
Yeah.
When I was younger.
I think I share like a similar perspective. Like I feel like I have like a one-to-one relationship with God, right? And like some of the things, as like I think there's been a big shift back to religion in the last few years, and a lot of people in my life have gone back to religion. I've like researched it and gone into it, and there's a lot of aspects I like as well. But the thing that like didn't sort of sit as well with me, like the only way to God is through this, and like to like all these rules. And like for me, in the way I imagine God, like if I'm a good person, I have good in my heart. That's the most important thing, not the books I read or what I did on a Sunday. It's like, the you know, the way you lived your life, how you treated other people, the true intentions. And that's why, like a lot of like, when I've researched religion, the two things that fascinated me the most was like the evidence of like Jesus's life and that he was a real person, because I think that's like the foundation between a lot of it. And then like end times and like all that stuff. And like there's a lot of symbolism in the world today that could be pointing that, hey, we're going in that direction. And that's why I would never black and white say that's not the truth, because there very well could be, and there's a lot of evidence that backs up, you know, traditional religion. But like I'm not afraid of it, because like if God is the way that God is, like all knowing, like all powerful, all that, like I feel like safe, because if he knew the content of my heart and my intentions, then he'll see that it's pure. And if he was like, okay, I can see that you're pure, you have good intentions, but you didn't follow these rules that were written in a book, you're out. To me, that doesn't really feel like a God that I would want to worship anyway.
Yeah, I agree. That's in that sense,
and that's
as well.
What, like, what most people believe, but that's just my personal experience with that.
I always say religion's great, because I always say it's good to, if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling like you don't belong and you're all out of this place, religion's a really good place to turn to, because again, it's something that you feel belong now. You go into a group, you go into a community, and you feel good. But the reason why I do numerology and what I do now is because, again, like I said at the beginning, I want people to know it's in you too. And I think a lot of people are told it's not. A lot of people are told it's not, from, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. But it's like, you build the life that you want based, if you do good things, like you said, and I always live by this rule, one small act of kindness can open abundance. Like it opened a wave of abundance for
I believe that.
really quickly. And that's what I mean, that you just live life like you do and you play the game with the universal energies.
Yeah.
It's hard to lose. It really is.